Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad. And as you all know, I've been doing a lot of Zen content on the channel recently, so I wanted to briefly kind of go over my PQ list that I've been testing, and kind of share my thoughts, and I think kind of try to convince you why I think you should run my PQ list. So, this is the final version of the PQ list that I landed on. I've been testing it over the past week, and this has been putting up some really good results over some of the top meta decks. So I wanted to kind of briefly talk through some of the card choices here. So as you all can see, we are on the full Count Your Blessings package, and we're in a little bit more of a mid-rangey shell. So we're running cards like E-Strike, Censor, just kind of good fatigue cards, as well as, kind of good disruption. So you like send a 2-card 7 with Censor plus Kakara. Pretty solid. For our combo count, I think we're sitting at roughly 20 combo cards. Let me double check that. Yeah, roughly 20. So a little bit below average combo count, but again, this is not really trying to hit off Harmony all that much. We're mainly using Harmony to transcend and then get the Chi in our deck, and then, if we high roll, we high roll. But again, it's mostly just a blue 3 block. Most of the shell is largely the same. Again, we do have couple of spice choices just for like fatigue considerations, like Breed Anger and Key Unleash. Just generally efficient attacks that you can tutor for. And then we also just have a lot of our good cards, like Aspect Chase, Maul Key, Tiger Swipe, etc. In the board, we have our Warmongers for our Rune Blades and Azalea, and then we have a full 9 D-React package for more defensive decks. So this is more like the offensive. So basically, Count Your Blessings almost always stay in, I think, except against like Viserai or like anyone who runs like Reaping Blade. I think you maybe want to trim on them and bring in some of your React package. But for the most part, these are like main deck all the time. And then I haven't really been struggling into Enigma very much with this deck list, just because I think that most Enigmas will actually kind of board into a more disruptive package. So you can kind of counter that by actually running Count Your Blessings, because they don't really expect you to like play Count Your Blessings and then like they send C and C, right? Like they think that's good against you, and then you like Arsenal Count Your Blessings, and then you just pop all their auras in their turn. So overall, it's been performing pretty well, and I've got some really good data to kind of show here. Yeah, so this deck has actually been performing quite well. So we're sitting at roughly a 79% win rate. And I've been mostly focused on kind of the more meta matchups like Enigma and like Aurora, and then the Earth Heroes as well. Also played a couple into like Victor and New. I think those are probably like the top kind of tier heroes at this point. And then the Rune Blades as well are also very, very good. So some games at Viserai and Visep. But again, I think this deck list has been performing actually quite well. Yeah, so this is the deck list that I'm thinking about bringing to the ProQuest tomorrow. And I think that this has a really good shot of winning, just because I kind of know the meta that I'm going into. Also, I think that this deck list is very, very strong, and I think that no one's really kind of touched on this before. Again, I think Count Your Blessings and Zen seems a little bit suspect at first, but again, if you try it out, it's actually very, very strong. So yeah, with that, I think we'll go ahead and get to the games to see how the deck performs. All right, we got a Viserai. We do want to be a little bit scared of Viserai. I think we go second. And then we want our Tide Flippers for sure. Definitely want our Warmongers, which you can maybe side out for like Breed Anger. And then we could do our React package, but it honestly might just be fine to just run it as is and see if the Count Your Blessings is pretty good. It's like okay in a Viserai, especially if they're on Nebula Blade. Maybe we'll throw in like the Sinks for... Sensor's not crazy in a Viserai. Yeah, maybe we'll try something like this. Okay, pretty good starting hand. Again, a lot of people do just like scoop into this deck list. I try to remove those from the results because I don't think that's super valuable information. All right, starting with the Sonata as well. They are on Reaping Blade, which is a little bit unfortunate. We will... Do we want to take one here? Maybe it's fine to pay the 1 because we can Count Your Blessings as well. All right. And we start the Count Your Blessings train early. So that's pretty good for us. Here we see a pretty decent hand, although... Yeah, I guess we just have the Kakara. I think it's fine. We'll thin our deck by a little bit, and then just send a nice efficient hand at them. So mainly what this deck is trying to do is basically kind of like a meat grinder. Just kind of like slowly chip away at your opponent while you eventually fatigue them and get into the cosmic game plan. So we'll go ahead and get our aspect here, and then we'll just do our chase aspect line. Again, pretty efficient. And it's always better to just harmony earlier, just because, you know, your deck generally gets thinned out of combo cards before your other cards. Yeah, but we send like 20 damage, and now we're at like a 20-point life differential, which is pretty good. Although we do have to be a little bit concerned about, you know, the Reaping Blade count your blessings thing. All right, starting with the Succumb to Temptation is interesting. So that probably means we want to be pitching through the Rune Chance and just kind of dump our hand while we set up. So I think we will go ahead and pay into this. I think we'll pay with the Sacred Art first because we don't really need to transcend it. We'll pay again, and then they'll come in with the Swarming. And then I think we can safely just block 3 here, although the Succumb would turn on, so maybe we drop it. I don't think we're that scared, though. Again, our plan for Viserai is to just slowly fatigue him. Although the Count Your Blessings are not going to be very good at this kind of differential, so we might be looking to pitch them. All right, we will pay 1 here, and then we'll eat all these Rune Chants. And then their Succumb is not going to get any value this hand just because, you know, we dumped our hand in front of it. I think that maybe you should probably like I've not played a ton against Viserai with this deck list. I played like a couple of games, but against Viserai you might want to hedge with the Count Your Blessing stuff, which is why we have the React package. But I think this is fine. I think we'll go ahead and just keep paying into it. Again, we can fatigue Viserai pretty easily. So here, kind of almost want to see if they want to succumb again. So maybe we hold back the sync and see what they do. It's also fine to take a little bit of chip damage here. We do want to kind of control our life total, so the next time that we see Count Your Blessings, it's a little bit better. I think we will go ahead and block 3 here. And then we'll just arsenal our sync just to kind of control our life total a little bit more. All right, then Rattlebones doing what? Get back to swarming, sure. That is A-okay with me. So I think we're just gonna pop the E-Strike in front of it. Again, we're trying to go for the long game into fatigue, which I think is pretty possible against Viserai, especially if they board incorrectly. Pay another 1, and then I think we're fine to take a little bit of damage with the Reaping Blade and just set up our sync below. Again, this deck is not trying to like kill your opponent all in one turn. It's just trying to do the most efficient thing you can do with a hand, basically. That's kind of how I think about it. So life totals are getting a little bit closer now, which turns on our next count your blessings. Which again, I think it's still like pretty possible to play around Reaping Blade. Although this hand is not great at paying for Rune Chance. Okay, so we will go ahead and pay 0 here. And then they're coming in for 6. So this could be a succumb, but are we that concerned about it? I don't think so. We could also get a cheat to like turn on this hand. Maybe the play is to like block with like a 1 cost and then sink below and see if we can get like a blue to kind of try to play out this hand a little bit at least. Kind of don't hate that. We'll go ahead and sink. Then we'll get rid of, I think, the Breed Anger. Okay, we find a Cosmic, which is fine. We can do 2 into 5 here, and then Arsenal Chase. Seems good. Again, just efficient 2-card hands are pretty good. All right, then we'll give us the Crown here, which is fine. We haven't seen a lot of our Count Your Blessings yet, too, which is a little concerning. I do want to try to develop them out, especially at this kind of point in the game. They are having a 5-card hand, so it's pretty likely that if we draw into one or two of them, we'll be able to play it and kind of get back up to our life total. So we find a red one, which is pretty good. Okay, otherwise this hand is like fine in terms of just paying for rune chance. So now for 6 is pretty big. So I think we will go ahead and pay 1 here. We'll pitch our levels into the deck just so we have like a late game threat. And then they're playing out a Malefic, which is also fine. Then that's a lot of rune chance. So part of me, so we can take 5 rune chance, go to 21, and then we can count your blessings, and we block 3 on this. It's pretty alright. I think we're gonna go ahead and skip all the rune chance. 0 on that one. Malefic trigger, Viserai trigger, and then finally a Rune Rager Swarm. So we'll go ahead and put the Wind Chakra in front of it just to play around Succumb a little bit. Again, we're just trying to block out here. All right, then Reaping Blade into 2 Rune Chance. So I think the play here is going to be... I think we just take the 2 Rune Chance. And then we block with our Wind Chakra and then count your blessings. Seems pretty reasonable. Again, we're setting up our kind of like late game threat pile with the count your blessings. We'll pass back. All right, 2 more count your blessings could be pretty good here. Again, we are going to have to manage our life total here a little bit. All right, so we have 1 rune chant and then 3. So we can double. So how much is this coming in for? This is coming in for 3 currently. So we take 1, take 3. We can double do it, I think. No, we need to take 4. Yes, we can double do it if we want to. I think we'll pay 0. But we would have to pitch one of our things here. Yeah, it's fine. Again, we could also respond to the Succumb. So this is why like Count Your Blessings is actually really good, because there's so many like just weird on hits that are like hand disruption. So they play this right, and we can respond to the trigger of it hitting. So they'll take us down to 19. Oh, one unfortunate thing here is that we can't actually double count your blessings. Is this a banish? So I guess what we really want to do... Oh yeah, we're 1 point off, right? Okay, I miscounted that. So what we should have done was maybe block 3 here and then just set up a count your blessings. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe we just let them take... If we let them take the red one, we play this out. Maybe we're supposed to just play out the red one. I can see that being the case. We'll pitch the other count your blessings into the deck, I guess, just to kind of save it. And then they can take our chi or whatever. All right, leave us with a transcend. Interesting. So we will go ahead and just pay into this. And they get a drawn, but that's fine. Again, we're not taking a ton of damage here, so I think we're pretty safe. So we do have a count your blessings on the bottom that we need to be a little bit careful of. And they get an extra swing on the Reaping Blade, which is fine. Pretty good for them. But again, we can always heal this life total back up, so they are also going off an arsenal with the Rune Flash, so I think we're kind of okay with this. This might be a pretty good hand for propping Traverse. Yeah, I think I'm going to use it now, whether it's to make a Zen state or not. It's going to be really awkward for them. They have Succumb, it's a little bit unfortunate, but I guess we can just Zen State in response. Although I think we are under the Swarming Gloom Veil effect, right? When this hits hero. Have they played or created 3 or more auras? How do I check that? I guess we're about to find out. So we could pitch to Zen State here. Hold on, I kind of want to find out if this is unpreventable. So this is unpreventable. So we will skip all the rune chants, which is fine. And then skip the last one is also fine. This does not have go again, though, which is good for us, I think. So we can block 3 here, take 3, go to 5. Seems kind of reasonable. Yeah, this seems fine. They could creepers in like something, but they can't attack. Sure, I'm fine with this. Rattlebones. Okay, they make another rune chant. Get another swarming. Oh, they do get an action point. Yeah. So we are gonna have to block this again. Again, swarming is pretty nasty here. So I think we will just go ahead and block 4 here. Yeah, it's a pretty good turn. Hopefully our turn is a little bit better. So we're going to pitch Harmony here and then activate Zen. We have a chase already in Arsenal. So maybe we just want to swipe. Seems alright. Do a draw go. Find a sync below, which could be quite useful. Again, if their hand isn't anything to write home about, I think we're still not completely out of this game. The rune chants are a little bit scary. So we'll do... Oh, I miscounted. We should have gotten something better with this. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I thought we could get another Kakara in here, but I forgot that we're not making extra mana off Kasaya. So you should have gotten like a mauling, so we're missing out on like 2-ish damage here. It's a pretty big mistake. Wait, what? Alright, blocking what's to come is good for us. Alright, well, Arsenal are sink below, and hopefully we can block out some of this rune chant damage. But again, this is not a great hand for doing so. We can filter a sink below after the fact, but that's a little bit annoying. We have one more rune chant we gotta pay for. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and block with our Key Unleashed. Then we can sink below and then E-Strike and hope to draw into like the counter blessings or something. I think that's reasonable. So we'll go ahead and bottom something, find a Breed Anger, which is fine. Again, we're just trying to dig through our deck here. Do draw a card. We find a counter blessings. Okay, we're still in this game for sure. It's very good for us, especially if they can have a brick turn for us. Again, I think, yeah, thinking about it, maybe you want to do side. I've seen a lot more Viserais on Reaping Blade, so maybe siding out the counter blessings is good. A lot of them I've also seen are on Nebula Blade, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. We do need them to brick here, though. So what does our counter blessings count at? We're at 1, 2, 3. 3 count your blessings. They Deadwood Dirge, which is fine. Okay, so we have 4 rune chants, and then we have 2 count your blessings. So I think we do want to just prioritize putting the blue, like the blue count your blessing is only healing 5-ish. So if we pay 2 rune chants, count your blessings, that's 3, we get 6 from this, and then 5 from this. Am I counting that right? 6 versus, is it 6 and 6? I think it's 6 and 6. So we heal 12. But then we take 2, 4, 5. So maybe we'll pay 4 into here. Oh, looks like it froze. Pay 1 here. Pay another here. Pay another here. And then we'll pay 1 more here. And then this will come in for 4. Again, they don't have a way to give this go again yet, as far as I'm aware. So I'll go ahead and block here. And then I'll see if they have like anything instant speed. Doesn't look like they do. So now I guess we should blue count your blessings over the yellow one. And again, it looks like they're kind of breaking out here, so we might actually be stabilizing this game. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Mordred Tide is scary, though. And a grass. Okay, that's not that bad. So coming in for 3 and then 4. Or sorry, 3 and then 2. This does have go again. So I guess we should pay 2, take 1. Block here. So pay 1 here, pitching our homage. Pay another 1 here, pitching that. We'll do, I think, you can still double count your blessings here. So we'll take 1. Yeah, we'll take another 1. Viserai, and then 2. So I think we can safely go down to 2, go down to 1, and then re-heal back up. And then re-heal back up again. Alright, the Revel is a little bit scary. But again, we should be able to live through this. So we'll do count your blessings now. So we gain 6, go to 7. We have a lot of rune chance we still got to worry about, but we can manage our life total still pretty effectively here. So pay 0, pay 0, pay 0, pay 0. I guess we could have stayed at 4, but now we'll just count your blessings again. And then we'll skip all the rune chants. Pay 0, block with Breed Anger. Again, we're still pretty far in this game. The Viserai is probably going to be running out of steam here pretty shortly. Okay, blues in this hand are pretty good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 3 more count your blessings in the deck. So assuming that we can live through the next couple turns, I think we're actually pretty good here. And then I think we've also seen all the Mordred Tides, right? So 1, 2, 3, yeah. Like Reaping Blade, this game has been pretty scary, I would say, but honestly, like not that hard to play around. So we got 1 rune chant here. I don't think we're gonna pay yet. I don't think we need to, at least. Have we seen all the succumbs? We've seen 1, 2. Hold on. It's so hard to see. I can't tell if there's a succumb left. 1, 2, 3. All right, we've seen all the succumbs, so we don't have to play around that anymore. So we'll take that 1 rune chant. Block with a chase. Take 1 here. Then they can Reaping Blade for 1 and 3. then we can send 2 and 5 here. Pay 0. Block with the Cosmic. We could also try to draw into the last couple Count Your Blessings if we really wanted to. But we will always be presenting lethal whether or not we want to draw or buff. So if we buff, we force 2 cards out of their hand, which I think is better, honestly, in terms of fatigue value. Yeah, so we'll just send 2 card 7. Again, pretty efficient. Oh wait, did I miscount? Wait, where are they at 4? Oh, I might have miscounted. So they didn't have to give us 2 cards there. But I think it's still fine. So now they come in with for 1 and 3. I think we Count Your Blessings. Go to 11. We'll pay the extra 1 and then block with the Key Unleashed. And we managed to arsenal the Count Your Blessings here, which is really good. Again, seeing all your count blessings is quite strong at pretty much any point in the game. We'll do Become the Arknight. Sure. Again, they're kind of just fatiguing themselves at this rate, discarding the Machinations, which is fine. Like, we're going to be running them out of cards here pretty soon. I think Viserai is one of our tougher matchups. If you look at the spread, I think I did have a couple losses in a Viserai, so. Okay. The other Malefic is fine. Runic is fine. And then Drawn is also fine. So we're going to be taking 5 here. Again, I'm not super concerned about this. Yeah, I think we're just going to take this Rune Chant damage. Oh, sorry, there is a +3, so this is 7. So they get 6, or sorry, they go to 6, then we Count Your Blessings, and then what? I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is fine. We can send 7 again. So we count, pitching this. All right, it looks like they're off of it. Yeah, Viserai is a little bit of a tough matchup, especially if they have the Reaping Blade. But again, this deck list, again, I've been testing it a lot and it's been performing quite well. So I'll feel like a little bit comfortable in this matchup, especially when they're not expecting this. So yeah, pretty good game. We'll see if we can get another one though. All right, we got another new. I think we do want to generally go second in a new, and then again, I think we're just fat decking. Okay, seems pretty good. So we find our Transcend early, which is obviously very good. It looks like they're going to present us with the Surgical. Don't love giving them the Key Unleashed, but I don't think we have too many ways to make Tigers, so maybe we're just blocking 9 here. Kind of fine with this. And it doesn't banish yet, it just, they have the opportunity to pass over at some point. It's not ideal, but I think we will manage. So this hand, I think we are going to overpitch the Key Unleash, just put it in the deck. Again, we are running 3 of these, just for, you know, kind of threat density. And then we'll put the Count Your Blessings in our arsenal just to kind of bait out any kind of Leave No Witnesses or anything. All right, looks like they did have Leave No Witnesses, so maybe they have like the Command and Conquer or something, which this is going to very easily dodge. And again, we have the Cosmic game plan, so I'm not super concerned about new. I played against it a little bit, but again, it's not felt particularly threatening. Okay, Persuasive is fine. So I think we will go ahead and block with Tiger Swipe here. They can gain a life off banishing this, but then we can respond with the Flick Flack if we need to. All right, Venomous is fine. And Fang Strike is also fine. So we'll go ahead and Flick Flack here. Again, just sending efficient damage. Go ahead and put the Cosmic back in the deck and then send another 4. For the PQ season, you do want to generally try to play this deck as fast as possible because, again, it is going to go deep into fatigue. So what I like to do with my opponents generally is if I'm playing a slower deck, I do just like to tell them to like, play at a reasonable pace and make sure that, we both don't want to draw, obviously. I try to inform them a little bit of my game plan, like at some point, like halfway through the game once they see what I'm doing. Um, don't obviously tell them all this before, sideboarding or anything, because you don't want to give up information. All right, beckoning is fine. Oh, one thing I should have considered is maybe boarding out the levels. That might be a problem. Hopefully not, though. Art of Desire Mind, I think, is okay. Again, I think we're going to see if they ever react here, and then if not, we're going to just sink below. I think we'll go ahead and put the levels on the bottom, just save it for later, just so they don't have access to it. Looks like they might have a codex here, or just a leave no. So again, this is like the good part about the Count Your Blessings, is that you just dodge all the arsenal hate that's running around. So I think we're just going to... Oh, this is actually a really sick thing we can do. So we can Count Your Blessings Rising Sun and then play out the other one. That's pretty sick. Yep, so we'll say no blocks. And then we'll actually even let the hit trigger go through, right? Yeah, sure. So we let the hit trigger go through. Then we Count Your Blessings. Then we Rising Sun. We'll gain a resource on our turn. And then we show that card draw. Get the chi. We'll gain a resource. Let the first Count Your Blessings resolve. I guess it doesn't really matter when we resolve it, but then we'll play the second one. And again, we set up 2 Count Your Blessings here, which is really good. Ooh, but they hit the banish off the top. That's unfortunate. They also get a blue one. Ooh, that's kind of rough. Okay, we can manage here, though. This should be fine. So we'll get a 0 cost here. Do you like having a tiger in Arsenal, just because it's also not super threatening? But we could just send 5. I think sending 5 is also kind of reasonable. We don't need to keep an Arsenal against a new. I'm not super afraid. Also, the funny thing is, if they ever play out the Count Your Blessing, it just adds back to the count, which is hilarious. I guess they'd probably try to play it out like way after the fact. Okay, this hand's good. Again, we don't have an Arsenal, so I'm not super worried about disruption here. And again, Scale Peeler basically does nothing now, whereas, like, old Zen did a ton of work. Alright, our Desire Mind is fine. Honestly, maybe just want to block Pouncing Paws on this and just send this hand. Like, this hand's pretty good. Then we can Arsenal like the... Oh, you're right, I forgot the Scale Peeler. Maybe this is just fine to take then. Again, I'm not too concerned. We do have a lot of like deck padding, so I'm not super worried about just a random banish off the top. Although the mass trigger is a little bit scarier. Sure. So Mask, I think, is going to banish the Key Unleashed. And they do get one more banish. Banish an Homage, which is a little bit unfortunate. So they're going to have a little bit of life gain, but again, we should... If they want to give us back a chi at some point in the game, I think we're fine with that. And here we're just going to send a 2-card 6, and then Arsenal or Count Your Blessings. Again, we basically just dodge any Arsenal disruption they have in this matchup, so not super concerned about this. All right, Persuasive is fine. I mean, how concerned are we about this? Like, not at all. We can block with like a Key Unleashed if we want, but I don't really want to give them more life necessarily. And like, we have all reds in our hand, so if they banish something, it's like also kind of fine. Yeah, I think we're fine with this. Right, they slither, which is fine. It's pretty unlikely that they're going to hit a yellow off the top, too. Oh, they're going to hiss as well. Okay. We will definitely sink below this now, because it's at a really efficient breakpoint. I think we'll put a Key Unleash back in the deck. Again, more so just to like kind of get it out of our hand. And then if they have Codex or something, we're fine here. But again, it looks like they don't. So I think here we're just going to send Kakara into Censor. I don't know what we're naming off Censor. What are we worried about? Maybe like Surgical, honestly. It's probably like the most annoying card they have. And then this is how you beat a lot of like decks is you just send like a 2-card 7. And a lot of decks just can't deal with it. Although they do have a Sink Below, so maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. We are a pretty significant lead, though, especially when you count the Counter Blessings in our arsenal. We did lose one, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, we totally would have been right by naming Surgical. That's hilarious. Okay. So we can block 6 here. So what if we blocked... The funny thing is we can also like overpitch here if we need to. So we can like block 6, and if they have a react, we can overpitch the Counter Blessings and they don't get to steal our card. Kind of don't mind that. And if they don't pump into this, then we just send CNC. Oh, I did forget about the Pathful Traveled. Okay, that's fine. Or the Tree Transcend, rather. So we will have to banish a card here, which is okay. Oh yeah, I still think blocking like this is correct. We do have to be a little bit concerned about deck size, but again, we do have the Cosmic Game Plan to fall back on. They have not banished to levels yet, which is very, very good for us. Again, I probably should have boarded those out if I was thinking more carefully. All right, Beckoning is fine. Pitching a levels is interesting. This, to me, almost feels like another levels, which maybe we're kind of okay giving our Pouncing Paws here for. Again, this is the first time they used Beckoning in a long time, so that kind of ticks me off to maybe they want this to hit. It looks like they get a Bonds of Agony, which is pretty annoying. So what we can do here actually is like block 6 here and then like bait them with the Warmongers. So I'm kind of fine with this. And then if they want to pump into this and like give up their armor, I think we're okay to just pitch the levels and let them banish the Warmongers. You don't want to give them the levels Enlightenment, obviously, because that would be terrible for us. We can get like an equipment. Okay. We don't get any equipment, which is fine. So we'll pump to 13, and then we will do the Count Your Blessings. We can then give them the Warmongers, which again, I think we already have one in our graveyard, so they're only getting 1 card out of our deck. And they do get to look at the rest of our deck, which is fine. So they banish a Harmony and a Path Well Traveled. Again, we don't really have a lot of ways to use the Harmony. It's more so a Transcend starter. So I'm not really too concerned here. Again, our plan is to just grind them out. If they have an off turn here, or they run out of threats, I think we're in a good spot. Ooh, Wax On is also a very key card in this matchup. Also, this is not a beer, by the way. This is iced tea. I am not sponsored. Wait, where's the camera? I'm not sponsored by Liquid Death, but I'm also not drinking and piloting this deck. If that's what any of y'all thought, it is just clever advertising. Okay, so Misplaced is fine. Into another Bonds is also fine. Yeah, this Bonds of Agony actually does not do anything, which is hilarious. It's so funny. Yeah, sure. How big do you want to pump this? I'm like dying to know. All right, so they can mask us, which is fine. Maybe we just give them the Fleck Flack. Yeah, that's fine. Oh wait, no, sorry. Oops. Yeah, I want to banish the Fleck Flack. So banish the Fleck Flack, which is fine. Now let's see if they have another react into this. Okay, popping Arousing Wave is totally fine for us. So they will go up to full package here, so we're going to count your blessings again, and then hit him with the wax off. Again, just super efficient here. They can look through our deck again, but they already have all the information. Give it a good shuffle. Into Tunic, into what? Scale Pillar Codex or something? I don't know. Or nothing, probably. Sure. Wait, do we actually get a card here? That's cool, I guess. What do we want to give them? They get a Leave No. We get... What does Leave No care about again? Cares about reds. I think it's fine to give them some silver, though. Like, I don't think we really care. Sure, we'll give them a Tiger Swipe. They can banish the top card of our deck, but I still think that's fine. Get Sink Below, which, again, we're not really concerned about. Get 2 silver. Pretty good. Find another Count Your Blessings. Not bad. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one is in Banish. Okay, it looks like they're going to start using that silver. Maybe try to find something a little bit better. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for the late game Cosmic game plan. Although I don't... How often have we transcended? Yeah, I don't even remember. I think we have once at least. Oh, we transcended off of the Rising Sun, I think, right? Yep. So they pitch 2 Sink Blows, which again are not going to be super useful in this matchup. Scale Peeler is fine. If they want to... oh, also very funny is that the Siren's Calls do not do very much at all in this matchup. 5 into Codex, maybe? It's like, okay. Then what do we want to do if they do that? Well, it's clearly like Codex or Leave No or something. Well, I guess it's probably not Leave No. It's probably Codex again. So if it is Codex, then we should just block, or we should just take this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Sure, Codex is fine. We'll get, so you get a Leave No, we get, what? Actually, there's nothing really great here. We can get a Censor, I guess. It's kind of funny. Then we can like double block, pitch this to play the Censor. Or we can, I think activating Traverse is probably too greedy. What if we just give up Kasaya? Like it's blocking 1, and then we pitch a Key Unleash, and then we censor them, Arsenal to Count Your Blessings. It seems kind of alright. Again, we don't really need Kasaya that bad for resources, especially on this version of the deck. And we'll just save a little bit of our deck size here. We'll go ahead and send Censor for 4, which should maybe eat their Stiletto, if I had to guess. Sure. Stiletto plus a card. Again, Censor's still at a really annoying breakpoint for 4. Sure. They give us a CNC. Pretty happy with that. I think that's the first CNC we've seen, so it might mean they have another one. But we get the Count Your Blessings in Arsenal, so we're not concerned about our Arsenal ever. Bonds of Attraction. So they can banish a card from our graveyard, so that's a little bit annoying. So you banish a card of the same color. What color are we worried about? All of them, basically. That's a little unfortunate. What happens if we block 6 here? Is that even worth it? Maybe we just let them have a Count Your Blessings and figure out what they do. That seems fine to me. I mean, like, again, we're not super reliant on getting the maximum value on Count Your Blessings. Okay, Siren's Call is fine, but I think we can actually pitch the grain here to cause them to get a block here. So now they're like basically forcing themselves to block their own card. It's pretty good still. And remember, they can't really play the Cosmics even if they do banish it. So here, I think we're just going to banish Wind Chakra. Seems fine. Again, they don't really have a way to make Tigers, I don't think. So yeah, Wind Chakra is fine. And then they Venomous, which means they can get one of our Count Your Blessings out of the graveyard. But again, they go off an Arsenal, which maybe we're happy about. So they hit a blue one. Or sorry, they hit 2 of them. Yeah. So you can banish whatever. So blue Count Your Blessings is banished, which is fine. Sets us back a little bit. But again, we can Arsenal our E-Strike and we're pretty fine. Find another one. Again, the levels should not be in the deck, ideally. I think our opponent's still going to have a relatively difficult time here, though. Another dagger is fine. What does that mean? I don't know if it means anything. We're trying to save our Traverse here for the Cosmic, ideally. Alright, Desires of Flesh is also fine. Do we want to give them a card here? Maybe, honestly. Nah, I think it's fine. So they have 1 Cosmic gone. Maybe it's fine to just not block this. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about what their follow-up is. Alright, they got a Tiger Swipe, which is fine. 2, an Art of Desire Mind. How many Justinics have we seen? We've seen 1 so far. What are we doing on this hand? Sending some efficient damage, I think, is fine. I don't think we need to block this really particularly badly. Yeah, I think it's fine. Alright, sure, they get a mask. That is A-okay. We'll go ahead and banish our Chase, I guess, is fine. Alright, then they get an E-Strike off the top, which is also fine. So how are we going to start this? We can do 2 into 7 Arsenal to Count Your Blessings, or alternatively, we can do 5 into 2 into 5. But we have to get rid of the Count Your Blessings. How many codexes have we seen? We've seen 2. I don't know how worried we are about the last codex right this second. So maybe it's fine to save this for later. Sure. I can buy that. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll do go again here. Then we can even draw a card off levels, although I don't know how good that is. It's probably better to just send 5. Yeah, and I'm a little bit concerned about putting levels in the graveyard, but it's my mistake, if anything. We do get him down to a pretty low life total here. Okay, this is a good hand. So we can actually preserve something back in the deck. We don't have, like, anything major yet. Wax On is very, very good, though. Persuasive on the Wax On is going to be very, very, very good. So hopefully it's not just a Nick. Hopefully it's like Venomous. How many Venomous hits? So we have 1 hits left out of the 1 for 4 pumps, or the 1 for 3 pumps. So it's actually more likely that it's just a Nick, which kind of sucks. Does that mean we have to go Shuko? It's probably not worth it. And again, they could whiff and hit a red. It's like somewhat likely. Sure, I'll say no blocks. Again, if we put this in front of it, they can banish it anyways. Okay, Siren's Call is annoying. So I think we're going to go ahead and pass over targeting CNC, probably. It's probably better than anything else. Then we'll preserve putting back a levels into the deck just because. Yeah, just because seems correct. Alright, the Siren's Call, they can get a Chi, which is fine. And then we can just finish with the Wax Off. You can also get the levels. But then they're blocking, so maybe it's fine. Alright, another Siren's Call is a little bit rude. Let's see what they take. Into a Hiss. I'm not sure why they're playing this. Because they know about the Wax On. They should have just, like, not pumped there, right? Alright, so there's the Codex. So that's, it's coming around in roughly 7 turns. So turn 20 is when we should see the Codex. Okay, so we don't have to worry about Codex for a while. What are we doing here? Okay, we're probably blocking 6 on this. They do still have the Slither, which is a little bit concerning. How many Cosmics do we have left? We have 1 in Banish. So we do want to try to hold on to it if we can. So I think ideally we're going to block 6 here. And then if they Slither, we're fine because we're covered with the Wax On. Okay, so there's the Slither. That is fine with me. Into an E-Strike. So they buff the power here. Again, I don't think we care about just vanilla damage. I'd rather just save the Wax On for like a more important threat than 7. We're going to send our own 2 into 7 and arsenal the Wax On here. We'll go ahead and buff. So we don't have to be worried about our Banish yet, although they can gain a couple life out of it. There's one just a Nick on. Maybe said something about their hand. Okay, double count your blessing hand is interesting. I think this is fine. Again, we're going to gain a ton of life here. We're going to gain a bunch. All right, levels is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Pitching another levels. Tunic into what? Into CNC. It's a little bit rude, but it's fine. We can block 6 here and then just play the counter blessings out. Yeah, we're kind of just focused on the late game here. So go back up to 15. Have our Wax On in arsenal. We still have our equipment suite good to go. I think what we really need to be concerned about is like the mass starting to activate. They did steal 2 of our Chi too, which is a little bit annoying. So misplayed for 1 is fine. We'll go ahead and take it. To levels, which is also fine. So we did see that's the last levels that we have to worry about. Well, it's not the last levels, but the last levels we have to worry about for a little bit. So the next level is coming up in like basically on the same on turn 20, I think. Just surgical. Okay, so we could block with the Cosmic, although we would be at risk of losing it eventually. Yeah, it could be a little bit scary. Maybe we're just going to value drop this, or we could give up Shuko. The Shuko has not been doing a ton of work. But what are we doing with this then? I feel like this is like a mask. If this is a mask, then we should just save the drop, I think. Yeah, this is a mask. Okay, sure. So we can banish the Chase the tail here, and then we drop in the ocean. Just to reduce it by 1. Seems fine. Pitch our Cosmic back in the deck and save our Wax On. And we are running a little bit low on deck, but hopefully the Cosmic should help us get there. How many Siren spells have we seen? We've seen all 3. Pretty good. Okay. Not a bad hand. The Codex is not for another 4 turns. This misplayed is also not going to do very much here, I don't think. How many Chase the Tails do we have? We have 1 here. We have 2 in Vanish. Okay, so Chase aspect is not like a live threat. To leave no, which is fine. Perfect. So yeah, that's really good for us. A mask, which is again fine. We'll banish our aspect here, I guess. Sure. And then we'll wax on. They get no value other than the mask. What do we have left in our deck for combo cards? Okay. So what we could end up doing here is we could like search and like undo, but I feel kind of bad about doing that just because like you're not technically supposed to do that in a game. But I also don't want to sit here forever. So choices. I assume we have at least 1 combo card left in the deck, right? We have to. All right, we have a Key Unleashed. So maybe the Breed Anger is better though, because we can do 2, 1, 2 E-Strike. So this is why I put the blue Breed Angers in. I think that why they've been really strong in my like testing over the last week. So we will see a Fate Foreseen here. Into Crouching, Breed Anger. Oh, I forgot we're not doing anything with the E-Strike. Cool. Okay, that's fine. We Arsenal the E-Strike, so that's a little bit of a punt. But me, that's okay. For some reason I thought we had like another card that we could use to E-Strike. Maybe I'm imagining that though. We do still have our armor up, so I'm not super scared about like disruption or anything here. All right, Scale Pillar is not going to do very much here. Tunic into what? To Mistblade into something else. What other card do we see? We saw an aspect in our deck in terms of combo cards we can play. We can still technically play out that aspect. This feels like another Mass trigger to me. How worried do we have to be about our Cosmic Awakening? Probably not. Again, I don't remember exactly where it is in the deck. So if they double banish, what do? We can... Maybe just putting Traverse in front of us is fine. I don't love it. I also have not been keeping track of how much chi we have left. We have one preserve, and then we have 1 drop here. Did they banish a bunch of chi? Where's that chi that they banished? Is it not showing up? I'm wondering how much chi we have left in our deck at this point. Maybe give up Shuko here might be reasonable. Oh, Shuko's only blocking for 1 lol. Okay, so maybe we give up CNC. Then they can mass trigger, but I think that's still fine. We can actually count your blessings in response to the mask if we want to just save our cards, which I think is reasonable. So we block, we overpitch to the count your blessings, go back up to 15. Mass trigger doesn't do anything. Banishes CNC, so they gain a life, which is fine. We are at the point where they're probably going to be able to start masking us every turn, and it's turn 18. All right, this is not an ideal hand for Cosmic Awakening. I don't think they have the Codex yet. I'm pretty sure it's turn 20. So turn 20 is like the levels plus the Codex, and I don't know what this turn is. This might be the Sink Belows. Keeping track of their pitch and my pitch is also really, really hard. Oh. All right, coming in for one. I don't think they have the levels yet. If I've been counting, or if I set that uh thing correctly. So coming in for one. They want to mask now, which I think is fine. So we let them have CNC. Seems okay. We could send a Cosmic for 10 if we wanted to. Okay, now what do they have in their banish here? Anything good? They do have the count your blessings. They do get a levels, which is really annoying. Levels off the top is nasty, and we shouldn't have left it in the deck, but that's fine. All right, they're going to banish a card from their deck. That's okay. Sure. They banished. Oh, that's where the Codex. Okay, so the Codex was turn 19, actually. They pass over getting what here? Another levels is pretty gross. Yeah, that's fine, though. Again, that's only 10 damage plus 2 draws. So you're actually going to draw into a third levels, I think. Oh, that's bad. That's not ideal. Can't really do much about it, though. Yeah, leaving levels there is rough, but they also got the random banish, so maybe it's fine. So here, I think we take this one as well. They did draw 2 cards, which is also quite gross. Yeah, I think if we don't leave the levels in, then we probably just win this game, honestly. But that's kind of my bad. All right, what reacts do we have to be worried about? We've seen Hiss, Justinic, Justinic. Is there a third Justinic somewhere? 1, 2. It's a third one. They pitch one at some point. 1, 2. Yeah, so I think this is only Justinic, which is unfortunate here. So you can block 6 here. They give us go again. I think we're just toast here. Block 4 here. We technically could stay alive, although the +1, I don't think there's a great option here. Can block with the Cosmic and then like traverse, and that keeps us alive, technically. Their chi. We only have 1 chi, which is fascinating. Alright, they banish again. What do they get? There's the Justinic that we were playing around. So they deal 2 here. They banish the Cosmic and then 1 more card. Okay, so we did play around it technically, although I think we're still toast here. Alright, count your blessings is fine. Another count your blessings is fine. Sure. Weird, weird, weird. Alright, so I don't think we have any combo cards left in our deck at this point. So now the question is, how do we win this game from here? I don't know if there is a way to win this game. I think we might have just punted. But we'll go ahead and give it a try. I guess it would probably have to start with levels, pitching Cosmic. And then, do we have an aspect left? We have one. I think we have 1 aspect left, if I'm not mistaken. So we get our aspect. Do buff go? Because I don't think drawing a card really matters here. How do we stay alive, I guess is the question. Alright, there's the Fate. They should have another Fate, I think. Or there's like a hand where they had like Sink Below and Fate. Or maybe they saw that already. Keeping track of this is difficult. We can then put a tiger in the deck. We can do go again. Wait, no, well, we need to do that for the aspect, right? Yeah, we need to do that for the aspect. Oh, I think I punted this game at some point. I think that if we don't leave the levels in the deck, I think we actually just win this on the spot. I think I've been doing that. I just don't know why I decided to do that now. Ugh, brutal. So now we do aspect into 2/1/1. And we can technically force them to use mask here or a card out of their hand. We can pop the pouncing paws as well. So we'll have to give us something here. Yeah, learn from my mistakes for the PQ season. This is not, again, what I think you should do. I guess there's no real point in using the pouncing paws now, because it won't force anything out of them. Oh, we still have the counter blessings. Wait, where was that in the deck? Wait, does that win us the game? That's insane. I think that wins us the game. Right? Yeah, that just win. I mean, not fully, but mostly. So we can count your blessings now. Pitching Sacred Art seems fine. Go to 11, and they gave us the 2 count your blessings left, so we get the full value out of that. That's crazy. Wait, we're still in this. This is a dramatic finish. Okay, dagger's still fine. Do we have a levels we have to worry about still? 1, 2. Oh shit, we might have a levels we have to worry about still. Is that okay? Maybe it's fine. Is this card levels? This might be levels. Oh no, they saw no, that's our graveyard. Fuck. There is still 1 levels, I think. Ah, fuck. They did have it. Could we have done anything differently though? I don't think so, right? They can always just do buff go. So we can block 3 here. We send 2 into 1. Strip them of their card. They knew doing what? They can get like a chi or something off the top. Okay. Sure. And then what? I don't think we're out of this game. I forgot about the last count your blessings, if I'm being honest. Like, anything they do here will just make our deck better. And we can use this to force them to either use Tunic or give us a card. God, what a fucking grind fiesta. Holy shit. Oh, wait. They gave us a card. Wait, where are we doing this? I guess it's fine. Probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should say. I guess they're giving us a Tunic anyways, which is what we wanted. I don't think we should use that, but that's fine. All right, Tiger comes back around. That's okay. They should be at the all chi point pretty close, or pretty close to it at least. Do they have a codex? No, they don't have codex. They banished the codex. What threats do they have left? Do we give Shuko here? I don't think we give anything here. They get the top card of our deck. Then what? It's a Sacred Art? Question mark. Do we need the Sacred Art to win? We draw winds. Is it a wind chakra and then a Sacred Art? That might honestly win us the game. 1, 2. So I think the top card is Windchakra Sacred Art. So how are we ever casting the Cosmic, I guess is the question. I don't know if we are. At least not for value. So maybe we have to give up on the Cosmic here. We let them banish it. They gain a life. Or no, they don't gain a life. That's not how this card works. So that's fine. Sure. Now, what we do is we do this. We then make another tiger. And then we still have the Shuko up, so we're basically have like almost like daggers at this point. So they'll have to give us one more card here. This is a nail biter. And then our deck is Windchakra, Sacred Art, and then Grain, and then a Chi. I think we win. If I'm not mistaken, I think we win. Although they could banish here. If they banish here, they get the Sacred. I can't remember if they get the Sacred Art or the Windchakra. Fuck, that might be bad. Although we do have the Grain, I guess. I feel like it's close. I don't know who wins here. If they banish off the top during our turn, I think we might lose. Right? I think we might lose. If they do it now, I think we lose. Oh, they didn't do it. Oh my god, I think we win the game. I think we win the game right now. They fucked up. They should have done it on our turn. Because this was the top card of our deck, right? Oh, I think they punted. Oh, you just barely got there even with levels in our deck. That's crazy. I don't know if we can actually win past this point if we don't have the Sacred Art here. Ooh. What a nail biter. Holy shit. Do we see the last... Wait, where's the levels? Wait, do we have to give up cards? Wait, no. They have all the levels. No, we're fine. We're fine. We don't have to worry about anything. Oh my god. That's insane. Wow, this deck is fucking crazy, by the way. I've been putting a lot of work into this deck, and again, I didn't want to like spoil it for the PQ season because I know this deck is gonna probably be pretty solid into a lot of different heroes. But again, I think we just win here on the spot with the Sacred Art. This strips their whole hand, and I think they have at least 1 or 2 Chi in their hand at this point, right? Send 4 or send 5 into another 1, or into a 2 into 1. Sheesh, what a fucking nail biter of a game. If we don't win this turn, we definitely win on the next turn. Like, they have at least 2 or 3 Chi, like right here. Yeah, I think if they banish on my turn, we lose the game on the spot. Alright, there's a sink, though, so they can stay alive here, maybe. They need 2 block cards. And again, I think we might have punted with the Pouncing Paws earlier, but it's hard to tell. Alright, they need 1 more block card. Oh! No blocks? Oh, I don't think they have it. Oh, I think we're good. Oh, no. No, I'm sorry, opponent. Oh, that was a good game. No, I do not want a fucking rematch. Are you fucking kidding me? Absolutely the fuck not. Wait, how long was that game? It was a 46-minute game. Oh my god. What am I doing to myself? Oh, well, yeah, that about wraps up today's list. Again, this is the list I'm going to be bringing to the PQ for our locals on Sunday. Again, this is, I think, like a really, really solid list. I've been putting a lot of work into this list, and I think that, part of me wanted to keep it secret before they PQ, but I thought, fuck it, we'll just go ahead and release it and let you all have fun with the PQ weekend. But this list is like actually insane, though. I think this list has a lot of legs to it, and yeah, I think Count Your Blessings is like a messed up card. I can see them banning it at some point. It's that messed up. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.